This tiny dot you see in the picture is a mysterious object coming straight towards Earth from many star systems away. And the biggest thing is, this could be the first spaceship in human history. Peter Veres, who works at the International Astronomical Union's Minor Planet Center, has confirmed that he has identified an object that has been moving towards Earth for a long time. Now, initially, it was ignored, but recent analysis found that this object isn't from our solar system at all. Instead, it's coming from a different solar system outside of ours, which is extremely rare. Before this, only 2 interstellar objects have ever been spotted by our equipment. So what could this thing be? What happened to the first 2 interstellar objects that came by? And lastly, where exactly is it coming from, and from which planet? Well, in today's video, we're going to talk about just that. So hello everyone, I'm Kaushik, and let's start another new episode. Friends, before we go further in the video, just as you're connected with me on YouTube, I'd like you to connect with me on Instagram too. This is my Instagram username. The link is in the description box. Go follow me. The Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, or ATLAS for short, which is designed to find objects in space that could hit Earth, found this object during its survey from June 25th to 29th. It was first named A10PL3Z, but to figure out how likely it was to hit Earth, these objects are then checked by hand. If there's a good chance of a collision, then an alert is sent out for that object. Now, in its path, there weren't many signs of a collision. But one thing did become clear. Whatever this object is, it's not from our solar system. What happened was that its orbit was a hyperbolic arc, with an eccentricity of 0.6 to 1.16, which looks something like this. If a space object's path is a perfect circle, its eccentricity is 0. But as the object moves further or closer, its eccentricity also increases. If an object's eccentricity is between 0 and 1, then its path is elliptical, which is what we see with all the planets and major objects in our solar system. If the eccentricity is exactly 1, it means the path is parabolic. This is usually seen with objects that are right at the edge of our solar system, near the Oort cloud. But objects with an eccentricity greater than 1 have a hyperbolic orbit. This means they come from even beyond the Oort cloud, where the sun's gravity no longer has an effect. Now this boundary of the Oort cloud, where the sun's gravity still reaches, is about 2,000 astronomical units from the sun, which is about 298 billion kilometers. And anything that comes into our solar system from beyond that is called an interstellar object. Now, since an eccentricity of 0.6 is much larger than 1, it was declared interstellar and renamed 3I/Atlas. But this isn't the first interstellar object to enter our solar system. Before this, in centuries of space exploration history, only 2 objects from outside the solar system have come close to Earth. And once you hear their names, you'll understand the significance of this yourself. On October 19, 2017, this object was captured by the Pan-STARRS 1 telescope in Hawaii. Its shape seemed strange to people because nothing like it had ever been seen before. But people's interest grew even more when they found out this object came from outside our solar system. Yes, you guessed it right. This picture is of ʻOumuamua. It was the first interstellar object ever discovered by humans. And what it was, no one has ever figured out to this day. Such objects are usually later declared as comets. But on September 9, 2017, when this object passed by the sun, it wasn't giving off any shiny gas. That kind of gas is usually detected when the ice on comets melts as they pass near the sun due to the heat. This meant it definitely wasn't a comet. Its chances of being an asteroid were also quite low because it was very long, and asteroids like that aren't usually found. But the story doesn't end there. Evidence showed that ʻOumuamua was showing signs of non-gravitational acceleration. To put it simply, its movement wasn't like it was tied to any gravitational body. Instead, it looked like something was pushing it forward with extreme force, just like a car's engine gives it a push. ʻOumuamua was moving forward in the exact same way. Now, what was pushing that interstellar object, an engine or some unknown physics concept? We can never know because by 2018 it had already left the solar system. But history repeated itself. On August 30th, 2019, an amateur astronomer, Gennady Borisov, spotted a comet whose orbit had an eccentricity of about 3.36, which again showed that it came to us from outside the solar system. But this comet, 2I/Borisov, which was between 400 and 1,000 meters wide, looked and acted just like a normal comet. After entering the solar system at a speed of 32 kilometers per second, it quickly left. Because of this, there was so little time that not much more observation could be done. Now, while ʻOumuamua led to speculation that all interstellar objects could be alien spaceships, Borisov disproved this misconception, showing that interstellar objects can also behave normally, just like those within our solar system. The ratio was exactly 50-50. For clarity, a third object was needed, and we found it in June 2025 in the form of 3I/Atlas. This object, coming from the direction of the Sagittarius constellation, is estimated to be about 10 to 20 kilometers wide based on observations. It's larger than any interstellar object found so far. If you look closely, its eccentricity is also higher than both of the other interstellar objects. This means there's a very high chance that it came from much further away than those two objects. So for now, this object, moving at about 60 kilometers per second, has become our biggest hope for understanding interstellar space. But two questions must be on many of your minds. First, what exactly is this object? And second, could it hit Earth, and is there any danger to us? Now, initially, when Atlas captured this object, nothing was detected around it. Its magnitude is also only plus 18.8. By the way, you can think of magnitude as a unit that tells you how bright or dim a celestial object appears from an observation perspective. By the way, the lower the magnitude of something, the brighter the object is. For example, our Sun has a magnitude of minus 26.832, and stars that can be seen in the sky with small telescopes usually have a magnitude of about plus 6. But plus 18.8 is such a dim number in terms of brightness that it can only be seen with very large telescopes. And even then, only if this specific object is kept in focus. It was a difficult task. But still, out of all the readings so far, some telescopes have detected gases around it. And according to the official statement, 1 or 2 telescopes have also seen tails behind it. The light that comes from behind comets when they get close to the Sun is called a tail or coma in cosmology. And since this object has identical gases around it, as well as a comet-like tail glowing behind it, it's 90% clear that this is not an alien spaceship or an extraordinary mysterious object, but rather a normal comet passing through here. Now friends, the second question is whether it can hit our Earth and destroy it. The Chicxulub asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs was about 30 kilometers in diameter, and 3I/Atlas is twice that, up to 20 kilometers. This means it could definitely cause destruction. But whether it hits depends a lot on its path. See, right now, as we're making this video, this comet was found in Jupiter's orbit, and it's expected to stay there for some time. After clearing Jupiter's orbit, it will go straight into Mars's orbit, where, most likely in the 2nd or 3rd week of October, it will pass closest to Mars, at a distance of about 0.04 astronomical units from the planet. And then, looking at its trajectory turn according to the current predictions, on October 19, 2025, it will reach perihelion and pass closest to the Sun. The distance between it and the Sun will be slightly less than 2 astronomical units, and at that very point, due to the Sun's gravity, its orbital trajectory will bend, even if only slightly, which will change its direction. And in a few years, it will exit our solar system from the same direction. After October, on December 19, 2025, it will pass Earth at 1.78 plus or minus 0.07 astronomical units. This distance is so great that there's no chance of a collision. Hence, it won't even come towards Earth, and then from this closest approach it will travel back towards Jupiter, exit the solar system and go into space. Although we are safe, this is a golden opportunity for us to study interstellar objects up close. Because after it leaves, no one can predict when the next interstellar object will arrive. According to the current plan, we have two observation windows. The first is when it passes by Mars. At that time, all operational orbiters on Mars, such as Reconnaissance, Maven, and Tianwen, will try to capture as much data as possible from it. The second window will be during the closest approach in December. At that time, it will be captured by the optical telescope of the newly operational Vera C. Rubin Observatory. And that's when we'll get its clearest images. Whenever this happens, you'll get the information first on Space TV. So hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell, otherwise you'll forget. I hope you learned a lot of new things from this video. If you did, please like this video and share it with your friends. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and turn on the notification bell.